Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Simpler Living PEI. If you haven't been here before, hi, I'm Tammy. It's just me, Fred, and our 4 cats doing our simpler life here on Prince Edward Island. And today, we're actually going to talk about something that Fred and I have been working on for quite a while now. One of the things that we've really been striving to is to limit our food waste, which when you're a family of 2, it's actually a little harder than you would think. So trying to redo recipes and meals so you don't have a lot of leftovers is a little trickier than I actually thought it would ever be. So that being said, you also all know that if I find a clearance deal, I'm usually going to jump at it. And one of those was apples a little while ago. Now we have a few left. They were a fair-sized bag. And there's quite a few apples in there. We ate quite a few. I put a lot in oatmeal, my cream of wheat, things like that. But we're actually going to use some other things in the house that need to get used up. We have some no-knead bread in the freezer, so we're going to use that up. We're going to use the apples up. Basically, we're going to make dinner with clearance food that I've discovered, and a couple of things that were on a really wicked good sale. So the way I look at it, if you can get good food, you can get tasty food, and it's cheap, you can still make a great meal for you, your family, or if it's just 2 of you and 4 cats. So this is what we're making for dinner today. So when you have a few soft apples left and some raisin bread, some no-knead raisin bread, and some leftover no-knead bread, added those apples, which are right there, made a fabulous apple pie spice vanilla custard bread pudding for dessert, and actual Devon cream, because I can't make this stuff. I probably could, but it wouldn't taste good. Okay, guys, we are talking food waste today and how to avoid it. So I have 2 parsnips that were in cold storage in the back room that I completely forgot about. But there's nothing wrong with them. Now the top, he's a little woody. So we're just going to lop off, probably more than you really should lop off. Now I've seen all those videos. Put that in the ground and get another parsnip. Yeah, don't do that. Celery, sure, works great. This stuff, it might grow a tuber. It probably won't. Just so you know. But what we're doing is we're making a roast chicken for dinner, and we've got some veggies that I do fully admit are a little past their prime, but nothing wrong with them whatsoever. Look at that. Now parsnips, they're not my favorite veggie. I admit it, but I will eat them, especially when I want to use it up. Okay. So what else we found are some multicolored beets. Same thing, guys. They are starting to sprout. Now, there's nothing wrong with them. Big deal, they sprouted. This guy, though, is a red beet, so I'm going to put gloves on because I know I'm going to turn myself red. Okay. Start with the red one. Check it. Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that beet at all. Wow, look at that beautiful color. Okay, I'm gonna clean these up and then we'll get dinner in the oven. Is that not just the prettiest beet you've ever seen? That's called a candy cane beet. Oh, and they are so tasty. Okay, wash those off, clean cutting board. Probably should be using a different knife because, you know, that's what smart people do. There we go, now I'm a smart people. Oh, look at that. Alrighty, I'm just gonna chop these up and then I'll show you what else we're doing. It's not even cooked yet. And it looks good. Let me show you what else we're gonna do now. So I'm leaving the gloves on because of those red beets. Now we've got that avocado spray that I bought that I wanted to try out. This stuff, it's got some great garlic flavor, the one that I bought. So we're gonna spray everything down with a little bit of this avocado. Probably more than I need, but that's okay. And I'm using up some of this garlic rosemary blend that I have on all the veggies. Quite a bit, and I'm not worried about it. Next, we're going to put a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt over everything, including the chicken this time. That's only about a tablespoon. It looked like a lot. And finally, some cracked black pepper. Okay. Mixy, mixy the veggies. There we go. Now it's a lot of veggies, but like I said, we're using up stuff. Things that are a little past their prime. But these aren't soft, they're not bad. They just started to sprout. There's nothing wrong with them. So I'm not gonna compost something that is tasty. And of course, a lot of these veggies, we'll use them up tomorrow. So let's get this covered and in the oven. So that chicken and all those veggies, that's easily a meal for 4 to 6 people, depending on what you're doing. So Fred and I tonight will probably eat the drumsticks, some of the veggies, and of course, we're still gonna make our salad. Same thing. Things are on clearance, things are cheap, use them up. So, yeah. Dessert is done, dinner is done, and all the stuff that was on clearance, or just I hadn't used up yet. Okay. Time to get the salads made. So the lettuce, we got 3 of them in the bag, cost $2. I'm just gonna take off those top little tips. That's all we need to get rid of. And slice it up and get it in the bowls. Now the cucumber, I thought was a good one, but this end here, it's a little funky. So put this in the compost while I have the chance, because if I don't, it'll just sit here. But then again, the cucumber was on a wicked good sale, so I'm not too upset. Now the last thing is the tomatoes were on clearance, but there is nothing wrong with these tomatoes, aside from the fact that I can't get the package open. There we go. There's one soft one in here. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with these guys. So we'll put a few tomatoes on our salads, and that is the fresh stuff for dinner. Well, I know a lot of the fresh stuff at this time of year, I mean, it's pretty spendy. It's a lot more expensive. So I'm not eating as many fresh salads and things as I definitely probably could be. There we go. Part of dinner done. So like I said, that whole parsnip in the dirt thing, growing a new parsnip, we did use the romaine heart and it's already starting to sprout. So yeah, let's see what happens. Dinner is ready. Now beets are pretty sweet, so there's lots of sticky down below, but I'm telling you, this smells fabulous. So dinner's ready. We're gonna eat this up and then I'll show you what we made for dessert. So there we go. Dessert is ready. Bread pudding with leftovers. So yeah, I know I cooked 3 times in a row, but today was actually intentional. The last one with the chili, not so much, but it was still fun. But this entire meal was a chicken that was on a wicked good sale, parsnips that were starting to grow, lettuce that came on a clearance, bread, raisin bread that was in the freezer, but froze it before I, couldn't eat it anymore, and 3 apples that were a little wilty, beets that were starting to sprout. The point is, there's tons of food that you can make great tasting meals that may not look great. So if you see something on clearance and it's good, but it doesn't look pretty, doesn't mean it doesn't taste good. Take full advantage. So we are going to have our dessert, maybe watch a movie, try and relax for a change. And thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, I am still fighting with my face. Thanks for coming out and come along with us as we continue on our simpler life here on PEI. Bye for now.